Gamers, fellow nerds, geeks, and more unite. We have made it to episode number 8 of Nerd Informants. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Josh Grisham.
I'm Tim Church.
Buddy, I tell you what, you told me 2 months. 2 months in, here we are, our 2-month anniversary of Nerd Informants. It feels good, episode number 8.
That's right, numero uno plus 7.
Numero uno plus 7. Hey, and your math is good. That is not fallen
Spanish.
victim 8 episodes in.
That's right.
You speak Spanish as well? Give me some Spanish.
El carro es rojo. My car is red.
Oh my god.
My car's actually black, but I only learned how to say the color red. So
You actually went there. I'm impressed. I thoroughly am.
2 semesters of college Spanish under my belt, and I went to the first day. I learned something.
All right, so I got to tell you, man, it is Father's Day. It is the 19th of the month of June, and let me just say to all fathers out there that are nerd informers, you have raised nerds for sons. Good on you. To my father, John, I absolutely love you, sir. Thank you for making me the man that I am. I love you. A very happy Father's Day to you. Tim?
Dad, Bill, Church, thank you so much for supporting me in my nerding. It means so much because you could have made me put on a football uniform and you didn't, so I appreciate that. And so thank you. I love you, and I hope you enjoy the show as it is dedicated to the fathers. So
All the dads out there, thank you for raising all of us men. You inspire us. You taught us everything that we know. We wouldn't be who we are without you. So again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there from Nerd Informants right here on YouTube. Tim, where can they find us online?
well, that's right. Other than YouTube, you can subscribe, but on Facebook, you can like us, you can post at us. On Twitter, you can follow us, and then you can tweet at us. If you ever have any questions or anything you'd like us to talk about on Nerd Informants, please bring it up, because we want to talk about what you guys want to talk about, because otherwise we're just talking about what we want to talk about, and that's no fun for you guys. That make sense?
It's fun for us, though.
It is fun for us. So definitely subscribe, like, tweet at us, follow us on Twitter, and we hope you will do that, all listed under Nerd Informants. Let me spell that for you. N-E-R-D. Nerd Informants.
There you go. You can find us online wherever you'd like. Nerd Informants is all over the interwebs. We're having a lot of fun. Again, 8 episodes in. And obviously, gamer-inspired theme music for this episode, The Legend of Zelda, the Nintendo Entertainment System theme, kicks off the show. And I'm going to switch pacing just a little bit because I was shocked and I was sad, and I'm going to turn on the music as well just so we can talk to you from a personal side as well for this episode of Nerd Informants. This show really is going to pick up with sad news from the entertainment community. Everybody right now is still reeling. Hollywood is hitting up social media on Twitter, posts of love and support, but shocked and saddened to report on this edition of Nerd Informants the tragic death of actor Anton Yelchin. Yes, that news is still fresh on the Hollywood scene. Friends went over to Anton's house early this morning at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, and they discovered the actor was pinned to his mailbox by his own car. And right now, the word is coming out of Hollywood that it is simply a tragic accident. No foul play is suspected. They're still trying to determine what might have gotten Anton out of his car. Tim, you and I were talking about that really just a tragic accident. He got out of his car, and I can only assume that his vehicle was not in park. It pinned him in between his car and his mailbox in front of his house. Just a truly sad loss.
It's extremely tragic, and in my real-life job, I do work in news. I see things like this all the time. I have to write about them, report about them, and I gotta say, I really don't like doing this on Nerd Informants, but Anton was very well known for his role on Star Trek, the reboot that was done.
He was our Chekhov,
Mr. Chekhov, and it's kind of breaking my heart because the third movie is fixing to come out this summer, and I'm sure they're gonna have a big memoriam for him within the movie somehow. But this is definitely heartbreaking, and I hope you will join us all in sending good thoughts and prayers to his family and his friends, especially those who found him this morning. I can't even imagine. So
just again, a shocking loss. So if you have time, Nerd Informants would encourage you to go on Instagram, go to Twitter, and take time to just post your memories of Anton Yelchin. Again, for those just joining us here on the show, or you're joining us on Periscope, obviously France is in the house. Hey, Coraline, how are you? Thank you for joining us on the program. Anton Yelchin has passed away, dead at age 27, pinned in between his mailbox and his car, the result of a freak accident. Again, he will be seen in the upcoming Star Trek Beyond. In addition to the legacy he left behind in film, everybody would know him from Fright Night and other indie films out there. Truly an indie darling. And anybody out there that has known him, I believe Zachary Quinto, who plays Spock in the new Star Trek movies, was posting about him. Just how inspiring he was and how talented he was. And again, this talent is going to be sorely missed, and certainly just very, very sad as we remember and will never forget Anton Yelchin. Yeah. Moving on, obviously, we were covering the gamut here in Episode 8 for Nerd Informants. We've got a lot of coverage on film. We've got a big E3 post-wrap out there. Tim, you and I spent the weekend watching E3 via the IGN app on our PlayStation 4 here at the Nerd Informants headquarters, and we came away from E3 a little bit on the disappointed side. We're going to break that down as far as what the standouts were from E3. What is one to watch? There were some surprises. There was a lot of fun at E3, but overall, some of the conferences really disappointed. We'll tell you all about that coming up. But, my friend, in film, Finding Dory.
That's right.
Finding Dory is out amongst the masses, and of course, Nerd Informant's going to be going to check out Finding Dory here soon. We can tell you that you can go to your local theater and check it out and have a lot of fun there. Finding Dory is at our IMAX Entertainment Complex, and it is showing in IMAX Laser 3D, which, I mean, you talk about an immersive experience in a Pixar film. That right there, folks, is a combination. But it set records. Records, yes.
Large
Finding
numbers.
Dory. It made history with the biggest domestic box office for an animated film. Here's the debut. $136.2 million. The biggest domestic opening ever for an animated film. Congratulations to Finding Dory, making history at the box office.
I mean, our generation has waited 12 years for this movie. So I'm fairly certain that 90% of that money is coming from people ages 20 and up easily.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we got to tell you, too, Nerd Informants would remind you that if you've got kids out there, yes, take them to go and see the movie, but encourage the kids that they are not going to be able to go and pick up a blue tang fish as a pet. That's not smart. They could become endangered, and that species is not going to make a good pet. So a little bit of a friendly reminder from Nerd Informants to you. Yeah. What else we got in the world of film?
All right, well, Independence Day Resurgence is fixing to show up, and we got something a little bit interesting.
Oh, boy, do we ever.
As far as trailer goes. It turns out a particular doctor survives.
You'd be referring to Dr. Oaken, would you not?
That's right, played by the one and only Brent Spinner. I always mess up his name and say Brett, but that's not his name. His name is Brent.
I think you stuck the landing on that one, my friend.
Brent Spinner is returning as Dr. Oaken, and they even did a little short about like the heroes of 1996.
Yep, the War of 1996, right?
And it's just insane. I'm really excited. Whenever the first trailers came out, you kind of saw him in the distance. That excited me. I'm so glad that he's coming back for this movie, and the original movie is one of my favorite parts, so very excited to see him returning. If you hadn't seen that yet, I believe we posted that to our Nerd Informants page.
We did, yep.
And so definitely go to our page on Facebook and check that out, because it's pretty funny.
Been getting some great coverage on social media about that, but
oh, yeah.
One thing out there, should I call spoiler alert on this one, kind of, sort of?
Yeah, go for it.
If you've seen the trailers, you know, obviously, that Oaken is alive and well, but everybody out there is kind of up in arms. It's like, how is this possible? Because if you saw the first Independence Day movie, everybody's like, okay, Dr. Oaken died. How is this possible? How is he here? But there's an explanation behind that, because another short has come out, and they explain how that is possible. How is it possible that Dr. Oaken is alive?
They're saying that Dr. Oaken has been in a coma for the last 20 years.
Wow, and he looks like he hasn't lost any weight at all.
Or aged a bit.
No, that's crazy.
So, I'm excited to see him back, and frankly, I don't think it would have been a movie without him returning as a character. I mean, we already had the upset that Will Smith's not coming back.
Yep.
I really don't think I could handle a movie without without Spinner. So.
Well, Captain Stephen Hiller, obviously there's an explanation as to why he's not in the movie as well.
Yeah.
We'll let you go out on the internet and check that out for yourself as far as that's concerned. But Oaken is alive, and he's been in a coma for 20 years. And yes, the guy, he doesn't age. He looks exactly like he did in the first movie, which is insane.
It does. It does. It's
Fountain of Youth, maybe?
crazy. Possibly, or maybe he got wrapped around in the alien's arm thingy.
Umbilical cord, maybe?
Gave him some extra life points.
One
I
up.
don't know.
He got a one up. He got a one up. That's the only
Ate
possible
a
explanation.
mushroom? I don't know.
You're going to see Oaken in Independence Day Resurgence, whether you like it or not. The dude's alive. He's been in a coma for 20 years. But
Get over it.
Idris Elba, my friend. Idris Elba. What do you think about Idris Elba? You're a fan, correct?
I am a fan. Not a fan on some of the backlash that he throws at the Marvel cinematic universe.
Yeah.
But definitely a fan of his acting and his superior acting skills, I should add.
Yeah.
So what's he got going on?
Idris Elba's keeping busy, as a matter of fact, but I tell you what, in the most epic of teases, because on the internet right now, people have been kind of following this to a rabid extent, but Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Now, this movie has been, if you want to call it development hell or everything else in between, for some time. It just has not been able to get off the ground, but now it's a reality. It's starting to happen. Idris Elba dropped a little Twitter bombshell. It was basically a still graphic, let's just put it that way. It's concept art that he released. And in the concept art for The Dark Tower, it simply says, "Remember the face of your father." Remember the face of your father. Concept art. Not much, it's minimal, but it's something for The Dark Tower. It sets it in, it makes it more real. So thank you, Idris Elba.
It's a piece of proof that I think some of the diehard fans who are wanting to see this brought to life, he gave them something. He gave them a golden nugget, and with the promise of a gold bar to come.
Exactly.
I just thought that up.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, if that's your deal as well. So when it comes to crossovers, you and I could sit and daydream for hours upon hours, days, months, years.
We could.
But you have been following some news relative to Evan Peters, our
That's right.
beloved Quicksilver from the X-Men films. Yeah. He wants something big. What is it?
Yeah, he in an interview this past week, he actually told the interviewer that if he could do a crossover movie with one other X-Men, it would actually be Deadpool. So he wants Wade Wilson and Peter Maximoff
in the same movie, mashed together.
And frankly, I love it. I love that idea. I love the Deadpool movie. Ryan Reynolds gave us everything we wanted for and more. I can't complain about that one bit. And on top of that, Quicksilver is one of my favorite superheroes in the entire X-Men verse. So, to get Quicksilver and Deadpool in the same movie, both of them are very sarcastic, both of them are witty, they're funny. It would be like the buddy cop movie that we deserve in a superhero film. So,
laying down the law.
Yeah.
Evan Peters, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and Quicksilver in the same movie. Quite frankly, I mean, with Deadpool making the box office bank that it did, quite frankly, I think that opens the doors and the minds of Hollywood to say, okay, let's go ahead and let's give this a try.
Yeah. And easily, everybody that I've talked to, read online, done reviews, it seems like Quicksilver was the highlight of X-Men Apocalypse, as he was in X-Men Days of Future Past. The slow motion scene, while it did take like 2 months for him to film, I believe it's perfect. It would be a perfect fit in a Deadpool movie because with Wade Wilson being able to step outside and go into the fourth wall and break that fourth wall, I think it'd be perfect that suddenly Deadpool's able to stop Quicksilver in his tracks just because he's Deadpool.
Yeah, No doubt about it, as a matter of fact. And, of course, you know, the proverbial shots that Deadpool likes to throw every now and again. One could be aimed for Evan Peters.
Exactly. And, you know, there was a lot of joking that they wanted Nicholas Hoult, who plays Beast, to kind of make a cameo.
Oh, to go in and
crap on his lawn.
Yeah.
But Nicholas Hoult was totally for it. They just didn't have time for it. Because Deadpool in the movie does make a reference to tell Beast to quit pooping on my lawn. But I really think that there's room for Quicksilver. And while I'll be honest. I can negotiate. If I can't get a buddy cop Deadpool Quicksilver movie, a Quicksilver appearance in the next Deadpool movie would make me very happy.
Very cool.
So, and I think Evan would be totally willing to do it.
Awesome. It's going to be a crossover of epic proportions. So again, Hollywood, keep your hearts and minds open to that idea and make it so. Make it so.
Yeah.
Charlie Cox, our beloved Charlie Cox from Daredevil on Netflix. He had an interesting opportunity laid before him, or at least he was up for it. What happened with that? What was he up for, and what was going on with that story in Charlie Cox?
So this is a story you can't just not read and laugh about, because it is Charlie Cox. Just for the record, I have met Charlie Cox. Fantastic dude, very humble. I got to meet him for a little while I went to St. Louis Wizard World this past year. Fantastic dude. Now that that's out of the way, I can tell you that because I've met him, that makes the story even funnier. In his role on Netflix's Daredevil, he plays a blind Matt Murdock, a vigilante who cannot see, who fights justice because justice is blind or whatever.
Justice is blind. They don't deserve a chance.
But anyway, he got brought in for a secret audition, one he assumes was for Han Solo.
Yep.
But since he's been so used to not looking at the camera and doing Broadway plays for the last 2 years, he forgot to interact with those around him by looking at them. And apparently the director or the producer or whoever was reading with him was just like, what the heck is wrong with you, man? What's going on? But by that time it was too late, and thus Charlie Cox is not going to be our Han Solo. And I could kind of see him in the part. I really could. I could see him as a young Han Solo. So I am kind of saddened that the audition did go that way. But frankly, it's very difficult to be two legends. Just ask Harrison Ford. He is Han Solo. He is Indiana Jones. That's a lot to be. So you're already Daredevil. Baby steps, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, there's going to be certainly offers that come his way.
Oh, yeah,
very
for
talented
sure.
actor. He rocks it as Deadpool. That series on Netflix is absolutely awesome. If you haven't seen it, you owe it to yourself to check out Charlie Cox as Daredevil. But again, Han Solo, man. I mean, what could that have been like had he nailed that role? That would have been something.
It definitely would have been something. He's definitely got the physique. He's got the scraggly kind of look, the 5 o'clock shadow and the messy hair. I think he really could have pulled off that role. But unfortunately, we'll never know.
He could have done it. I mean, obviously, he could have been our favorite scruffy-looking Nerf herder, quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Moving on, you actually, I will tell you. Now, would you like to respond to that on Periscope? We got a message here that we're going to respond to.
Nerds or fanboys?
Nerds or fanboys? Let me take this one first, and then you can respond thusly. I'm going to say, GH, I am a nerd and a fanboy, both. So, nan boy?
You're a nan boy?
Yeah, I'm a nan boy. There you go.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same way. I honestly,
I think it's good to be both, don't you think?
I love what I do, and I love getting
Ferds. Hey, there you go. That
I
works.
like that too.
Yeah, Ferds works.
I like being a Ferds. I'm totally a big Ferds. But, because I love meeting these guys. I'm a huge fanboy when it comes to, meeting the actors and being surrounded by them.
Yeah.
But also I love to keep track of them. So I love being a part of that world from the outside. So I guess that kind of puts me in both categories as well.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Perfect answer. Hopefully that answers your question there, GH. We're glad you brought that up. So now we know what the combo is that works. Chris Pratt. He was on your radar scan. We covered this on social media, on the Facebook page for Nerd Informants. And James Gunn. Milestone. Done. What happened there?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is done. It is wrapped. They are now going into editing. Hopefully, reshoots are needed so we can get that going smoothly.
Okay.
Because I want my Guardians of the Galaxy movie now.
Like now.
Yesterday.
Not later, now.
Like last week, I wanted it. But I'm totally glad they took their time. James Gunn took his time, put the script together. They rehearsed it. They made this excellent movie. It's going to be great. Guardians of the Galaxy Uno was fantastic. I don't see any way, any shape, any form that James Gunn could ruin this. So, full confidence.
One of the things I like too is obviously they know where their presence is going to be warranted and where they're supposed to be, because also on the backside of the announcement, now that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has finished filming and is wrapped up, I have heard, and we have it on good authority, is that they're bringing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 to the San Diego Comic-Con. That is the con of cons, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be well represented. What do you think about that?
That's excellent, because that also means that they are going to probably show a piece of the movie, a scene, a shot, a trailer even, which means leaks on the internet, which means things we can talk about.
Exactly.
Full circle.
We don't shy away from that here on Nerd Informants one bit, but it's likely, correct?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. This year, Comic-Con is going to be fantastic, and I'm giddy.
He's a giddy schoolboy, folks.
I'm a giddy as a
Anytime
fat
we
kid.
get that type of deal, that's like a massive Trisket for Nerd Informants right there. But that's big news right there. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is done, and it could be coming to San Diego Comic-Con. That's going to be one to watch. Supergirl. Okay,
Supergirl.
You
Yeah.
love your CW, man. Now,
do.
obviously, this is close to your heart. There was an announcement there that, let's just say, rubbed you as if you were wiping with sandpaper.
Yeah. So,
Tom Welling.
Tom Welling.
It's not happening.
It's not going to happen.
What do you think now?
Let me set this up for everybody.
Okay.
Earlier, CW announced that they would be taking Supergirl over from NBC because it just wasn't working out on that channel. Cool. We're now in the Arrowverse. Supergirl can now be part of that universe. It's going to be excellent. Then they took it a step further last week and announced that Superman, Clark Kent himself, is going to be making an appearance on the show, and his face is not going to be all blurred out and weird like it was in the pilot episode of Supergirl.
I'm with you.
Then they are taking it another step further and saying that it's a possibility that Tom Welling could redo or come back in his role as Clark Kent from the Smallville series to be as Superman on the Supergirl show. But now they've announced that this Tyler dude, Tyler
Hoechlin. Tyler Hoechlin.
Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf. He also was in a movie with Tom Hanks. What's the movie again?
The Road to Perdition. He played
right.
Tom Hanks' son, so he didn't look like he does now. Let's just put it that way.
Here's a couple things I have.
You get Jonah Hill a lot on Periscope. My buddy here, my co-host, Tim Church, gets Jonah Hill a lot.
I guess I should take it as a compliment.
Darn, I thought they were talking about me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they were. Actually.
You're a rich actor.
Yeah, I'm a rich actor, and yeah.
No offense. See, there you go. I mean, that's
Oh,
nice.
no.
That's nice to say no offense.
No offense at all. I'll take it. You know, it could be worse.
You'd want Jonah Hill's money, clearly.
Clearly, I
Yeah,
would.
I want Jonah Hill's
So,
money. Who doesn't want Jonah Hill's money?
I could look like Jonah Hill's butt, and I wouldn't like that. So just being Jonah Hill, I'm cool with.
You just heard it here, folks. My co-host of Nerd Informants, Tim Church, said he wanted to be Jonah Hill's butt double. Anyway, moving on.
Butt double.
Go back to Tyler Hoechlin, please, because I don't want to know any more about Jonah Hill's butt.
Tyler, he's a younger dude. He's in Teen Wolf. It seems like they're pulling a lot of actors. Colton Haynes, who played Arsenal in Arrow, he was on Teen Wolf. May still be at some capacity. I don't watch Teen Wolf. It's not in my area of expertise.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
put
not
it
on
that
my
way.
radar either.
But apparently he's also going to be part of the upcoming 50 Shades of Grey sequels.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to be in there. But with all that said, when Supergirl began, it seemed like they wanted to set up an older Superman, a Superman that had been around for a while.
I was going to make a
This
Superman
dude-
50 Shades joke, but I'm going to stay away from that.
No, please. But it seemed like they were going to take him in older, like Superman had been around for a while. He'd been part of the world. He'd already been working for the Daily Planet. And I mean, let's be honest, Jimmy Olsen is already like a 35, 40-year-old dude in the Supergirl series.
Hello,
So-
Brazil. How are you?
Brazil, hello. And it just seemed like we were going to have that older version of him. So I guess that's a little bit disappointing. And it's also a little disappointing that we're not getting Tom Welling. While I'm not a huge Smallville dude, it still would have been nice to see him reprise that character and maybe give something to those who were part of the fandom while the show was actually on. So that's all I'm saying. That's all.
No Tom Welling, but we are getting Tyler Hoechlin, and that is your Superman who will be featured in a few episodes of Season 2 of Supergirl on the CW. So look for that. Tyler Hoechlin, again, rose to fame, Road to Permission opposite Tom Hanks. He was also in the 50 Shades sequels that are upcoming as well. So again, super sex. I had to. I mean, it's 50 Shades and it's Superman. I mean, you got to combo it up one way or the other. Nice shirt, if we can read this. He's talking to you. Okay, so if you can read this, you can clearly see how awesome I am.
Yeah, the awesome kind of goes down beneath my belly button, and I'm not standing up, so. But I think I've talked a lot. I'm going to turn it over to Josh, mostly because I'm thirsty.
It's Game-a-Palooza as my co-host gets a drink of water. Nerd Informants Episode 8. We are coming off of E3, the Entertainment Electronics Expo out in LA. It was a big conference. Some people out there on the internet right now would say that the latest E3 was a little bit of a snooze fest, and it was thanks to PlayStation coming in and saving E3 2016 with yet another stellar conference. So, we present to you on this episode of Nerd Informants our highlights for E3. What was the tops of the conference? Here we go. The first gory details of Resident Evil 7 are released right now. If you own a PlayStation 4, you can go onto the PlayStation Store and get the demo for yourself. It is coming out. Resident Evil 7 is a reality, and also, it has got full virtual reality support. That right there is enough for people to go out and buy multiple pairs of new underwear, because trust me, when you experience Resident Evil 7 in virtual reality, you are going to need new underwear, because the demo was absolutely frightening. Resident Evil 7, revealed at E3. Legend of Zelda, also coming to the new Nintendo NX. It'll also be coming to the Wii U. It is called Breath of the Wild, and the new Legend of Zelda game is the largest game in the franchise's history. And again, it is coming out, and the reveal trailer from E3 was certainly something to watch. It also made our list of excellence for E3 2016. Spider-Man and PlayStation 4. This one sent shockwaves through the conference. It is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Marvel is choosing Insomniac Games and the PlayStation platform to head up all of their future Marvel games. Spider-Man, PlayStation 4, developed by Insomniac Games. And if you know Insomniac Studios, they are the development team behind the Ratchet and Clank games. And that trailer was a drop-dead stunner from E3. Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it was his suit was a beautiful mix of all three Spider-Men that we've seen thus far on the big screen. I actually read an article on that this morning. Beautifully put together, beautifully pieced out and picked out exactly what, it's just wonderful. And while you are the game guru and I am the comic book guru, this is a perfect match in heaven for both of us. So, very excited to see that game and its trailer.
Obviously, there was a big fallout in the gaming world. Kojima-san. Yes, you know it. Hideo Kojima. He actually was with Konami for the longest part of his career, and then they parted ways. A big rift, a lot of drama. Everybody was talking about it online. Kojima-san returned in an epic fashion at E3 2016, and he brought along with him Norman Reedus. Exclusive game called Death Stranding. It featured a naked Norman Reedus in the trailer. Still, people are speculating all across the internet as to what was going on in the trailer as well. There was all kinds of death around Norman Reedus, and he was right smack dab in the middle of it. You could see military-esque dog tags hanging around his neck, but it is a mystery. But all will be revealed soon, with Kojima-san's next game is being billed as an actioner, Death Stranding.
Yeah, he had a baby, and he was holding the baby, and the baby
crying.
turned into oil. It was weird.
Nerd Informants pairs well with beers. Let's just put it that way. But again, Kojima-san is back. Also, another PlayStation 4 exclusive. This one actually, again, got everybody pumped. It sees the return of Kratos. The new God of War is happening, and it's coming to the PlayStation 4. And it features Kratos, the father.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So he gets a second chance at life, folks. But again, with Kratos, the big question is he going to be able to control his rage? And that seems to be very prevalent in the trailer for the new God of War. But it's a reality. It's coming to the PlayStation 4. That one got everybody hyped at E3 2016. Microsoft. Now, if you're a Microsoft fan out there, you've got reasons to be very excited about what Microsoft has got coming to the table. They've got a new Xbox One S, which is a slim model, which is also capable of 4K rendering as well on the system too. But the big news coming out of E3 was the fact that Scorpio, Project Scorpio, is a reality for the Microsoft console generation. And again, Scorpio is now being billed as the most powerful console ever. That's a lot of touting coming from the Microsoft camp.
Wow, that's exciting. I like the idea of slim.
Slim, definitely, and Scorpio. The reason why this has got people excited about it is they want their games in non-diminished capacity. They don't want frame rate compromise. They want stellar graphics. Scorpio apparently is built to deliver just that with over 6 teraflops of processing power. Scorpio is real. It's coming out in 2017. That's not all.
That's not all. That's right. There's a whole lot more. What else, Josh?
At E3 as well, another big news coming out from Bethesda Softworks as well. The fact that they revealed what everybody already suspected. Everybody knew it was coming out because the internet and Hey leaks as well.
Yeah, of course.
Remastered Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is coming to platforms. You'll be able to get it on Microsoft Xbox One. You'll be able to get it on Sony PlayStation 4. But Skyrim is getting remastered with new technology, new shaders, new epic god rays, and so much more. You will get Skyrim, and it will look better than it ever has before, and it's coming home to consoles and PC.
That's exciting.
You're loving this because, like, gaming-wise, again, you know, my buddy, gaming-wise, he defers to me, so that's why he's got a big smile on his face.
Let's be honest. I love watching people game. I love the joy it brings them. I'm just bad at it. I wish I was good, but I'm not. I look so much better with a comic book in hand than a Xbox controller. I do love gaming, but he knows so much more than I do, which is why I say everything is exciting because of the joy it brings to your little face every time you say something new.
PlayStation, again, was also billed as being the savior of E3 2016. They're coming off of a stellar conference in 2015, and everybody out there on the internet is talking that they did it again in 2016. It's hard to differ with that one because as far as this guy is concerned, even though parts of the conferences were boring, I can truly say that Sony knocked it out of the park again with a great conference for E3 2016. Now, virtual reality was also shown off quite a bit, featured heavily in the Sony conference. Virtual reality, I believe, is going to have a place here at the Nerd Informants headquarters. We're going to get it. We're going to be playing it. We're going to be trying it out. As a matter of fact, I showed my buddy here, my co-host of Nerd Informants, Tim Church, the E3 demo and trailer for Project Valkyrie.
Very exciting.
Eve Valkyrie was shown off, and Tim was blown away. I've never seen that kind of look on his face before, but apparently you love Eve Valkyrie.
It gave me goosebumps, and that's hard for a gaming thing to do to me.
Now you know that once we get this later on this year when it releases in October, we're going to be trying this out at the headquarters for Nerd Informants. We're going to strap a virtual reality headset on Mr. Church here, and you're going to be trying it out. I've got to ask you in advance, do you get motion sickness?
No, but just in case, let's strap me in some bubble wrap and duct tape. Because no telling what I'll see in there and be freaked out and fall off the couch. Or
no, we'll do that. I'll do that for you.
Bubble wrap and maybe some soft mats, maybe some mattresses on the floor. I think that'd be a good idea.
I do want to tell you all, though, to kind of wrap up our games coverage here, post E3, we hit you up with our list. This is our great list of E3 2016. What stood out for us here at Nerd Informants. I will tell you that Battlefield 1 was met with raving reviews at E3 2016. Everybody loved the pure insanity of the maps, the good World War action that was brought back in epic style by developer DICE in Battlefield 1. The multiplayer matches were playable there at the E3 conference, and it got rave reviews. There's videos all over the internet right now that you can check out for yourself, see the gameplay, and yes, the E3 trailer looked great. The gameplay, thankfully, looked just as good. No sacrifice in quality whatsoever. What you see was what you got. Amazing. That never happens at E3. Usually we get these dressed up demos, and by the time you get the game, it doesn't look anything like it was at E3. Battlefield 1 was an exception to the rule. Now, I will tell you, get to your local GameStop right now because you can check out the latest edition of Game Informer featuring Call of Duty Infinite Warfare right there on the cover from Infinity Ward. This is going to be a big game right here. It's got an incredible spread in there. Everything you'd want to know about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is inside this edition of Game Informer. Pick that up at your local GameStop today, or subscribe to Game Informer for more news.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Church, I tell you what, man, it has been a fast and furious episode number 8 for you and I.
Yes.
We've covered everything, movies, E3, and more for episode 8, and of course, remembering fondly our very own Anton Yelchin.
Very much so. Once again, just send out your thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. There's nothing more tragic than the way he passed, and please just extend your thoughts and prayers. Nerd Informants will be doing the same, and thank you so much for taking a moment to let us share that with you all.
Again, find us online, social media. You can go Facebook, search Nerd Informants, Twitter, also Nerd Informants, and also subscribe today to Nerd Informants on YouTube. For episode 8, Josh Grisham,
Tim Church.
Beyond